Jermall Charlo is a former world champion who's in the process of placing himself in strong position to again be crowned a champion. At age 27, Charlo's unbeaten, with the type of star quality both inside and outside the ring that speaks well for the future of boxing. In fact, Charlo has already made history. In May 2016, Jermall Charlo won a championship at super welterweight, making Jermall and Jermell the first twins to hold world titles in the same division. When Jermall was crowned, Jermall was already a reigning title holder at 154 pounds. Jermall has since vacated that title to campaign in the talent-packed middleweight division. A win over Hugo Centeno will likely secure Houston's Charlo the opportunity to soon challenge one of the middleweight leaders, Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez. Initially, at least, Jermall wasn't as widely recognized as Jermall, primarily because he turned pro without the aid of a power promoter. In 2013 and 14, however, national television exposure on ShowBox and Show Extreme introduced an athletic and powerful prospect. Charlo's potential was unmistakable. In April 2014, he dominated the veteran Hector Munoz at the StubHub Center in Carson, California.
Touch him up, back to your corner.
In the first round, Charlo, who stands a rangy 6 foot, kept his distance and displayed virtually every punch that can be thrown.
Charlo continued to pound the head of Hector Munoz. There's an uppercut, follows it up with a jab.
In the second, Munoz attempted to get close.
Another left uppercut by Charlo, follows it up with a combination.
And paid a predictable and painful price.
Another combination by Charlo, finishes up with a left hook. Charlo really putting on the pressure here as round 4 comes to a close.
Munoz wanted to continue after absorbing 4 rounds of punishment, but a ringside doctor nixed that idea. The win made Charlo 18-0.
Boxing, Jermall Charlo.
What we do? Lines only, baby, lines only.
Charlo's debut on Showtime Championship Boxing came in December 2014 at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. His opponent, Lenny Bowtie, was 22-2 and had never been off his feet. But the Italian also never had to stand up to anyone with Charlo's skill set and power. In the third round, Charlo showed both creativity and clout. Leading with a right hand, he followed with a hook that landed flush. Boom.
Oh, down goes Bowtie!
While Bowtie managed to barely beat the count, his corner dreaded seeing him hit like that again and tossed in a towel of surrender.
And Charlo scores the third round TKO victory. The towel was also thrown in.
The Charlo twins possessed similar skills and body types, but they were beginning to separate themselves, with Jermall gaining the reputation as the brother with the more aggressive style and the bigger punch.
No problems for Houston's Jermall Charlo tonight.
Charlo's win over Bowtie made him the mandatory challenger for the veteran IBF champion Cornelius K9 Bundridge. That fight came in September 2015 at Foxwoods in Connecticut.
Touch him up.
Bundridge was physically strong, effectively awkward, and far more experienced than Charlo. But he was also 42 years old, and matching him with a young, hungry tiger like Charlo almost seemed unfair. There's winning a world title, and there's winning a world title in style. Charlo backed up the overwhelmed Bundridge from the start. He downed him in the first round with a counter right.
Charlo came right over the top of a slow Bundridge jab.
Dropped him halfway through the second with a jab.
That was with the left jab, Marvin. It's rare I've ever seen that in boxing. Now that's power.
And floored him twice more in the third.
He's hurt again. Charlo's got him in a lot of trouble here.
The final time with a thudding right hand. Jermall Charlo was 25 years old, 23-0, and a world titleist at super welterweight. Charlo's growing reputation as a pulverizing puncher was amplified in his first defense, which came against Haitian veteran Wilkie Camphord in Dallas. For the second fight in a row, Charlo did something many fighters never do. He scored a knockdown with a jab. He also sent Camphord to the canvas with a right uppercut in the third round and finished him with a knockdown in the fourth.
Beautiful left uppercut by Charlo a second ago that hurt Camphord. Hit him in the right eye.
Camford picked himself up, but told the referee he was having trouble seeing out of his right eye. End of fight. Against Bundridge and Camford, Charlo scored knockdowns in 6 of the 7 combined rounds. If he was going to be that destructive, it was inarguably time for a rise in the level of competition. As it turned out, that came in both of his next 2 fights. In May 2016, Charlo defended against Austin Trout in Las Vegas. This was a different type of opponent. Trout was a slick southpaw and a former titleist who was good enough to have convincingly beaten future Hall of Famer Miguel Cotto.
Oh, and Charlo has Trout in trouble in the corner, working the body with the uppercut, but Trout, the veteran, fights out and turns the tables on Charlo as they exchange shots.
It was a close fight. Trout's considerable boxing skills troubled Charlo, and the challenger's will never wavered.
That was a stiff straight left.
Just a great tactical fight between 2 highly skilled junior middleweights.
The difference, as it turned out, was Charlo's superior punch and solid chin.
Oh, and another right hand.
Good tactical fight, you know. If one guy makes a mistake, the other guy's ready for the sharp counter.
Oh, good counter right over the top by Charlo. And definitely a star on the rise.
After 12 rounds, the decision, close but unanimous, went Charlo's way. He was now shining in an even brighter light. Charlo was having super success at super welterweight. Still, it was no secret that he was struggling more and more to make 154 pounds, and a move to middleweight was imminent. There was only one question: would he make one final defense? The challenger in question, IBF #1 contender Julian Williams, had been calling out Charlo for months. In July 2017, Charlo made his official middleweight debut in a title eliminator against Argentina's Jorge Hayland in Brooklyn. It was a blowout. The southpaw Hayland's mobility was extremely limited by an injury to his left knee, and facing a fighter like Charlo with such a handicap is tantamount to losing even before you tried to win. There was a right uppercut knockdown in round 2.
Hayland down!
And a left hook knockdown in round 4 that brought a merciful end. The difference? Charlo was now a middleweight, not a super welterweight. No difference at all, he was still knocking people out. And for a fighter who idolized Thomas Hearns, retaining his power as he moved up in weight certainly fit the narrative.
Here now, Gennady Golovkin's greatest hits. September 2012, Golovkin made his American debut, taking on Polish southpaw Grzegorz Proksa. Golovkin wasted no time attacking.
Right hand from Golovkin, and Proksa gets hurt. Down he goes. First time in his career he's been down. Oh, good left hand to the body and left to the head. Down goes Proksa.
Yeah, I think the body shot started that exchange. The body shots hurt him and got him started. Then he tried to exchange with a big punch. You can't do that.
Golovkin just places the punches so well. Proksa's in trouble again.
It's the combination of the heavy hands with the technique. So rarely do you see that in a fighter.
Proksa never stopped throwing back, but he had no answers for the power of Golovkin in round 5.
Oh, right hand hurt Proksa. Golovkin steps in and down he goes again.
There is a monster in the middleweight division, and he said he'd fight anyone.
January 2013. A showdown with Philadelphia's Gabriel Rosado was nearly called off as a fight week flu bug struck Golovkin. But the fight went on, and Golovkin's jab quickly made an impact in round 2.
Blood on the left eye of Rosado.
Coming up from 154 pounds, Rosado was able to connect.
Oh, good right hand from Rosado. Mouse under the left eye of Golovkin.
But the power of Golovkin began to wear down his challenger.
There's a right hand from Golovkin, steps in with a left, digs in with a power jab again, and rocks back Rosado. Rosado on his heels. Oh, good right hand on the uppercut, rock back Rosado.
That cut is pumping out blood right now.
Wow, what a shot right to the mouth. Blood just everywhere. Now Golovkin putting his power punches together.
The corner of Rosado stopping it. They throw in a towel. So Gennady Golovkin gets win number 25 in 22nd stoppage.
June 2013. Middleweight contender Matthew Macklin was thought to be a stiff test for Golovkin, but Triple G immediately went on the attack.
Golovkin stalking Macklin now, cutting off the ring and trapping Macklin in the corner. Knocks Macklin into the ropes with a left hook. Right hand landed, left hand moved Macklin's head.
That left hook to the body was devastating.
That right hand to the body was vicious by Golovkin. Now Macklin gets in a right hand and momentarily drives Golovkin back. Body shot by Golovkin. Uppercut landed between Macklin's guards. Macklin with the guts of a burglar fires a big left hook and lands it. Body shot puts Macklin down. May not be able to get up from this. And that'll be the 14th consecutive knockout for Gennady Golovkin. It comes in the third round.
Set him up with the right uppercut because he really wanted the big left hook to the body. It landed right on the money. And you don't recover from that in 10 seconds.
What we just saw was not ordinary, it was extraordinary. That kind of punching power.
November 2013. A matchup with fellow knockout artist Curtis Stevens had all the makings of a firefight, and Golovkin attacked early.
Good right hand by Golovkin.
Good left hook by Golovkin. And down goes Stevens. Cossack Thunder in round number 2. And the look on Stevens' face there says 1,000 words. That was a face that said, wow.
Withstanding the early knockdown, Stevens fought back, testing Golovkin's defense.
Now Stevens erupts with 2 good clean shots and knocks Golovkin back and lands a left hook and brings some excitement to the Brooklyn fans in the crowd.
You gotta stay busy. Don't let him back into this, all right? No free shots out there.
Big left hook by Stevens. Momentarily wobbled Golovkin. Now Golovkin with a body shot and a right cross and momentarily hurt Stevens.
By the middle rounds, Golovkin began wearing down the brave Stevens with relentless power shots to the body and the head.
Really hard body shot by Golovkin, and Stevens backs up into the ropes again. Now right hand body shot. Stevens with a counter left hook to try to relieve the pressure.
Breaking it down now, Jim.
Hard right hand body shot. Uppercut. Stevens is taking some brutal abuse here in the 8th round. Big right cross by Golovkin. Whipping Curtis Stevens into the corner. And they're going to stop it in the corner. Golovkin closed the show, landing 56 of 101 power shots in that round.
July 2014. Top 5 middleweight Daniel Geale was thought to be one of Golovkin's stiffest tests, but the Kazakh champion went straight at the Australian challenger.
And there's the footwork. Geale trying to slip away to the right. Golovkin traps him against the ropes, then pressures him into the corner, bangs him with a huge right hand. And Golovkin is going to work. Body shot, hard right hand upstairs. Down goes Geale, first knockdown of the fight in the 2nd round.
Right hand hit him, slid across the back of his head, causing the knockdown.
Geale's pure boxing ability was neutralized as Golovkin cut off the ring with precision.
Golovkin, it seems, having tasted Geale's power, has decided that Geale doesn't have a lot for him and is walking him down.
Trapping Geale against the ropes, cornering him, and hammering him like that body shot. Down goes Geale again on a brilliant right hand.
He's in bad trouble, Jim.
Geale trying to get his head together, and Geale can't go forward, and it's a 3rd round knockout for Golovkin.
Geale clips him with a nice little right hand, but that's a bazooka that Golovkin is throwing.
And that was coming off of getting hit flush by a Geale right hand. Extraordinary. As is just about everything he does.
October 2014. Golovkin met veteran Mexican warrior Marco Antonio Rubio in front of a sold-out outdoor crowd in Carson, California, in his American West Coast debut, dubbed Mexican Style.
He talks not only of his Mexican style, Golovkin, but of his predator instinct, and you can see it there. He's always looking to attack and to hurt.
Golovkin kept up the attack, and Rubio quickly became the latest victim of the Cossack destroyer.
Hard uppercut by Golovkin. Momentarily wobbled Rubio. Now he's got him pinned against the ropes. Predator at work. Down goes Rubio. Second round knockout. It was only a matter of time. It's always just a matter of time.
February 2015. Golovkin put his knockout streak on the line against England's Martin Murray. The durable Murray had never been knocked down in his career, but Golovkin found an opening in round 4.
That hurt him. Body shot scores the knockdown as Murray goes to a knee.
A great body shot, well placed by Triple G.
Murray using his feet now, trying to run down a second time.
Following the knockdowns, Murray continued and showed his toughness, but had no answers for Golovkin.
Murray is in real trouble, but fighting on tremendous hearts.
And with the storm swirling around him, Golovkin, he stays calm. It's the reason he's able to place those punches so accurately.
While the will of Murray carried him into the later rounds, sustained punishment by Golovkin eventually wore the brave challenger down.
Tremendous right-hand shot by Golovkin. Murray sailed through the air before landing on the canvas. That was a colossal right-hand shot. And now Pavone's going to stop it. And the knockout streak continues. An 11th round technical knockout for Golovkin. Knockout number 19 in a row.